Trollic greetings from Finland. Oh, I mean Norway, of course. Mortiis is a band that everybody should know if they've ever been involved in the Norwegian black metal. Why? Because it's not metal. Well, because obvious reasons. Mortiis has been part of Norwegian black metal scene before he started creating his own so-called dungeon synth music and then moved on to kind of industrial rock and whatnot. Those who are into Mortiis and have yet not seen our interview done in spring 2018, I strongly suggest you to check it out as soon as possible. It's an interesting one, even if I say so myself. But this time it's all about a reissue of the very first demo released in 1993. So more than 25 years old. This is a demo that has been reissued so many times that I don't even have all the fully ideas, all the knowledge, I mean, of how many times it has been released. But last December, that is 2018, and this was once again released, and now in a nice digipack version. And this one is all obviously called The Song of a Long Forgotten Ghost. Now, before Mortiis created his first full-length albums, there was already out this demo of already full album length, that is almost an hour full of music. And as you can see, this is a nice digipack release by Funeral Industries, a German underground label. They have done a lot of cool reissues. Some of them are limited edition, some of them are not. And then also these kind of digibooks, also nice vinyls. Some of them are coming later on. But this is the first one in Funeral Industries series. But as you can see, pretty simple in design, yet nicely looking. Obviously there are no lyrics, this is instrumental music. It's so-called dungeon synth, so let's talk about that a bit. Now, those of you who had never ever heard Mortiis music, I'll try to describe it. It's purely instrumental music done with synths and then some synth percussions, and that's it. While people are now kind of trending with 80s synthwave, which brings us things like Miami Vice and whatnot into our brain, 90s synth music was a little bit different. And when we're talking about dungeon synth of the 90s, metal artists, usually side projects, but in Mortiis' case kind of a main project, the music is usually quite dark, it's kind of atmospheric, and has sometimes quite beautiful parts as well. With Mortiis' case, there are obviously kind of beats, drum beat samples, which in this case kind of create kind of an epic vibe. They are really bombastic sounds, even though 90s keyboard sound banks were not exactly the most wonderful. But however, Mortiis has been able to create kind of a moody thing. It's kind of a combination of dark and beautiful at the same time, yet keeping it very simple. Now, there are some dominating melodies that go constantly back and forth during this album. So it's kind of a theme that comes up, then disappears, and comes back again later on. And as such, creating the kind of unified theme with the album. Now, this is not definitely the best of Mortiis' music, but it's way better than so many other demos, given the time of a release and whatnot, because even though that this is a demo, it's already basically the same level than his full-length albums. So in that sense, it actually makes sense to have this reissued. Now, I don't know how many people out there are actually looking for a 5-size digibook release with Mortiis. I think all hardcore fans already have whatever Mortiis has put out. But in the case that there are some new fans, this is a very good way to get this one into your collection. Now, make no mistake, this is not the one that you probably should start listening to Mortiis in the first place, because I think he has better releases, and this is not actually really great. It's kind of a decent, but it's clear that Mortiis is just, learning all the tricks of the trade, so to speak, with his dungeon synth music. So while this is quite easy to listen to, it really gets very repetitive after a while. The main theme here, in a way, is starting to get kind of well, not annoying, but it's not that good when you have this album giving a spin after spin after spin, which I usually do with the review albums. Now, if you just give it one go every now and then, it probably feels more fresh. But there is no denying this sounds very much like early 90s dungeon synth music usually do, and as such, this is kind of a more like a compliment to your collection rather than a masterpiece of an album. But nevertheless, nice addition to your Dungeon Synth collection if you don't have it. And at least in my opinion, I love these digibooks. So this is the type of release which I would prefer basically on all albums if given the chance. So if you are a hardcore Mortiis fan and you don't have this album yet, go for Funeral Industries page and get yourself a copy of this one. Really nice looking one. This is my comment of Mortiis. You go check out the samples and decide for yourself if this is your thing. And if not, well, can't please everybody, I guess. See you soon and take care.